Hey guys, welcome to Malty Monday. It's another time that we don't do anything that's malty. We're doing another cider today. This is the Cidre Bouché from Claque Papin. You can get this one in the Utah State liquor store, so check it out. Cidre Bouché just basically means like mouthed cider in French, right? Bouché is mouth, kind of, and all that means is it's a corked, kind of caged cider like that. It's a pretty nice one though. What I like about this one is it's really kind of expressive of some of the character you get in like Normandy French ciders. So if you look at it, it's a little darker than you might see some other things. That's coming in from some of the flesh of the apples. Kind of a rich, really nice golden color. And then the aroma, really, really great. So this one's very apple forward. If you check it out, it's kind of a lower alcohol one. If you ferment cider just naturally, most juice will ferment out to about 6 or 7% by itself. So when they're doing something like this lower, that's kind of deliberate. They want to keep it a little bit sweeter with some of the residual sugar that was there in the apple. But despite that, and the sweetness that this one starts with, it actually finishes nice and dry. And what's cool is it really shows off the character of that heirloom fruit that they're using. They're going to do, what's surprising is like you get a little bit of like caramel, a little bit of butter from this one. And that's all coming from the fermentation. It's all coming from the fruit. You know, unlike beer, cider is kind of a simpler process, kind of like wine, and there's not really a whole lot to hide behind. So it's really, you know, it depends on the quality of the fruit that you're using. When something tastes just as classically kind of really delicious apple cider with some extra complexities, you got to pair it with a nice cheese.
Yeah.
So,
kind of through the cider classes, ciders that express the apples and start a little bit sweet, I've really started to enjoy with cheddars, and they've been lights out for us. So we're gonna feature. Kind of brings me back to as a kid, you did like the cheddar and apple slices,
orange cheddar and like
exactly.
green apple slices when you get home from school.
But with, as you were mentioning, this one kind of finishes dry, and with that, I thought our house cheddar worked the best with what we did. If you're not familiar with our house cheddar, you should get familiar with our house cheddar. We work with Beehive, and then Antonia and her team, they get it in and they cover the entire thing in butter-soaked bandages, and then it goes in our cave for about 6 months. After that, they're gonna pull the wheels out and re-bandage them in duck fat, stick them in for another 6 months, and then we pull it out and release it. So what's really cool is it's got this awesome creaminess that kind of played off that finishing dry, but it's still with the sweet apple kind of forward, that apples and cheddar kind of rock. So
yeah, I mean yours gets all nutty and buttery, and
I really liked how that you mentioned with this one, kind of those caramel and almost buttery notes in the cider really played well with the cheese. So
it's surprising. So yeah, you know, fans of like Chardonnay and something, this is a cider for you. Come try this, and you'll be excited about what you get.
This was kind of fun. We were talking about this when we did this. Sometimes when you're doing pairings, don't overthink it like that. Like think back to stuff when you were little that you like apples and cheddar, and it kind of, you start putting stuff together and it works. So.
It just works.
Yeah, we got a bunch of cool classes at the beginning of the new year, guys. I think, is cider the last one we're doing for this year?
Yeah, cider is the last one. That's this week,
so
but it's sold out. So don't sleep on future classes. They can sell out.
If you're not in, sucks to suck, but get on the next one. But we do have a bunch coming up at the beginning of the new year. They make awesome gifts, guys. They're on the website.
Right, January, February, March. We got some great classes coming up, so check them out.
Cool. Cheers.